Hi guys, we continue with our mathematics classes. Today we will see the topic factoring. Okay, factoring is expressing a polynomial or monomial in the product of another small objects. In that case, factors. Not always are smaller, yeah, but it's a way to say that. Okay. Maybe the value of that object is smaller than another. Maybe this is the meaning of that phrase. Okay, so a factor is an element of one multiplication. Okay, for example, if you want to factoring 15, so you can get 3 and 5, yeah, so prime numbers, but the thing is 3 times 5 is equals to 15, so 3 and 5 are factors of 15. Okay, so is the thing that you need to understand here. Okay, so to factoring any polynomial or monomial, you need to do the inverse operation of multiplication, so you need to divide. Okay, how you will get a common factor, yeah, or a common term. Okay, so you need to follow the next steps. You will look for a common variable with the lowest exponent. Yeah, so for example, here you have that sample. This is the polynomial that we want to factoring. Yeah, so you will look for the common variable. What is the common variable? The variable that exists in any terms. For example, here you have two terms and you have the x, so the common variable here is x, and you will choose with the lowest exponent. So the lowest exponent is x cubed, yeah, x power at 7, no. Okay, so and you need to select the largest coefficient that divides all the terms. Check here, you have 4 and you have 8. The largest coefficient that divides all the terms is 4. Can be 2, but is not the largest. Yeah. So if you remember, your common factor was 4 because 4 divides the two terms, x because is the common variable, and cube because is the lowest exponent. So you need to divide. Remember, when you are factoring, you need to divide. So you will divide every term by that common factor and you get that result. So your factoring of that expression will be the common factor multiplying by the result of that division. Okay, now we will see how you apply that. Okay, so we will factorize that samples here. Okay, so remember, you need to look for the common factor here. Okay, so remember, you need to look for the common variable. In that case is x. Okay, so you need to choose the lowest coefficient, so in that case is x cubed. Okay, so this is the common factor here, and you need to look for the coefficient, the largest coefficient or the biggest coefficient that divide all the terms. In that case, the coefficient of that term is 1 and that term is 1, so the only the only coefficient that divides the both terms is 1. Okay, so you need to divide here. So you need to divide here that expression divided by the common term. Okay, yep, this is the first step. So for that case, you need to rest the exponent. So this is x power 2 4, okay, plus 1. Yeah, if you remember, when you rest that exponent, you will get 0, and exponent 0 is equals to 1. Okay, so the factoring here, the factoring of that expression will be the result of that division multiplying by the common term. This is the common term multiplying by that result. How you will know if that result is correct? Easy. You need to multiply the common factor by the result, and you will get the original expression. For example, here x cubed times x power of 4, you need to add the exponent, so you will get x power 7. Okay, so plus 1 times x cubed is x cubed plus x cubed. Okay, now the next one. Again, you need to look for a common factor here. You look here, the variable that had common here is b. Yeah, and only that, because we don't have any different exponent here, and you only have the coefficient 1 here. So this is the common factor, so you need to divide. Remember, you will divide the expression by the common factor. So b divided by b is 1 plus a is a, minus, because you have here a minus, and b it's equals to 1 times c is c. Okay, so remember, the factoring of that expression is the result of that division multiplying by the common factor. Okay, so this is the result here. So I will use maybe okay, now the next one. So again, you need to look for a common factor here. You have the y variable, because y exists in the both terms, and the lowest exponent is 2. Yeah, so the lowest exponent is 2, and you need to look for the coefficient that divide the both terms, and need to be the biggest coefficient. It can be divided by 2, but exists another bigger, that is 4. Yeah, so here is 4y squared. Okay, so here you need to divide here by the common factor. Okay, in this case is 4y squared. Okay, again the same. So this is 4 divided by 4, it's 1. It's not necessary to type here that result. X can pass because the variable x is not divided by another x, and y squared divided by y squared is 1, so it's enough to type x. So now you need to divide 8 by 4, it's 2, yeah, and y power 5 divided by y squared, so this is y cube. Okay, and remember the result of that factoring is multiplication of the result of the division by the common factor. Okay, last one. So here, look for the x is present in 2 terms, but the y is present in 3, so is y, yeah, because it exists in more terms, and the lowest exponent is 2, so it's square. Okay, now you need to divide every term. Okay, so in that case, so this is xy plus, okay, and this is 2 x squared y squared plus 1. Okay, so again the result of that factoring is the result of the division multiplying by the common factor. Okay, if you look here, all that kind of exercises, the common factor was a monomial. So in that case, we saw the factoring a common factor when the common factor is a monomial. Yep. Now we will see exercises when the common factor is a polynomial. Okay, now we will see what happened when the common factor is a polynomial. Okay, so here you need to look for the common factor. Yeah, if you look here, you need to look for a polynomial. Yeah, so in that case is x plus 3. Yeah, so you need to divide the expression by that. Yep, so if you divide that, this is you can change that something, yeah, something like that. Think in, I don't know, for example, that this is an x and this is an x and this is an x and this is an x. If you do that operation, you will get a plus b. Yeah, so here is the same result. Remember, you will not eliminate, you will get 1 here. Okay, so this is a plus b. Yeah, and remember the result of the factoring here is the common factor multiplying the result of that division. Okay, now the next one. So you look for a common factor here. If you look for that common factor, remember we are working with a polynomial, so maybe it's that, but it's not grouped here, but you can group. So this is the 3a plus b. Yeah, is a common factor. So again, you need to divide. Yep. So you will do that. So you will get 5a squared plus 1. Okay. So the result of that factoring, remember, is multiplying the common term by the result of that division. Okay, so next one, common factor here. If you look here, maybe it's a plus 1, but you have here minus a and minus 1. Yeah, so we will continue with a plus 1. Yep. So you need to divide here a plus 1. Yeah, and you need to divide here a plus 1. But teacher, you have a mistake here. No, no. I need to change here something. Yeah, before you dividing, you can factorize here. Yeah, you can factorize the number 1. Okay, if you divide minus 1 and here you will change a little here. For example, you can multiply here minus 1 times a, it's minus a, and minus 1 times 1 is minus 1. So that is the same of that. Yeah, here I factor as the sign using the number 1. And now you can divide here. Yeah, so this is the result, 6x minus 1. Okay, remember the result of that factoring is multiply the common factor by the result of that division. Okay, and this is the last one. It's a little harder, but it's nothing that you cannot do. So here, common factor here. If you look here, it can be that because it exists here and here, but can be too that because it exists here and here. So when you watch that in an exercise, it have something meaning, but you do the steps that you know. Here I will choose 1, for example, a plus 1. Yeah, so you divide here, you will get that. You will get that. Okay. Okay. Okay, this is the result of that division. If you continue with the steps, remember the result of that division you will use for the factoring, and remember the result of that division you will multiply by the common factor. In that case was a plus 1. But if you look here, the result of that division, you have another common factor. Yeah, the common factor for that result. So I will factorize that. Yeah, so here, what is the common factor? Y plus 1. Yep. So here you need to divide that by y plus 1 and y plus 1. Okay, so the result is here. This is a plus 1. Yeah, a plus 1 minus y plus 1. Yeah, so if you look here, the result of that division, yeah, will be the multiplication of the common factor by the result of that division. If you follow that steps exactly in the same way that I did, you will have a result that is a little hard. So you check in the beginning of the exercise, you can look that is not only one polynomial the common factor. It can be two polynomials, the multiplication of two polynomials. Yeah, so for that case, yeah, you need to divide by, yep, so the result is, in that case, you delete that exponent, yeah, and this is 1, and this is 1 again, and you eliminate that exponent, so this is y plus 1. Okay, so here, this is the result of that division. If you remember, you need to multiply the common factor by the result of that division. Remember, the common factor was that. But check here, you can do that. You can get out of that parenthesis, and you can get out of that parenthesis. Yeah, but you need to change here the sign. So this is plus 1 minus 1, so you eliminate that one. So this is the result of that exercise. Okay, so for today you will send me the exercise from the 18 to the 26. Okay, I know the last one is a little harder, okay, but remember, it's only to prepare to you for a future exam. Okay, maybe in our partial exam it cannot be present, but you will have the ability for do that kind of exercises. Okay guys, so this is all for today. I will wait for your homework.